Alright, hello everybody and welcome back to episode 2 of attempt 33 of Vintage Story Wilderness Survival Permadeath. As some of you have been made aware already, I can't have my episodes longer than 4 hours a pop. Otherwise YouTube stops putting ads after that 4-hour mark, right? So, that's all this is. Episode 2 begins now. I'm gonna get chat ready here in a moment. While the game loads, I suppose. All right. We got a base going, and we did find a whole bunch of flax seeds, so we're ready to start our farm when the time finally comes. All right, let me test out chat, make sure it's working, and then we'll be good to go. All right, looks like chat's working. Okay. So, I'll cycle these torches now. Make sure they have the full 48-hour duration before they burn out. I have to make sure I get the torch in the cellar as well. Let's eat. Okay, so now we have our clay products currently firing, and we have our charcoal in production as we speak. So now I'm gonna want to do some clay forming and make a whole bunch of other stuff that we're gonna need. I need to make a prospecting pick mold. Pickaxe mold. Okay, and then the hammer mold. I don't think I'm doing the round robin of a whole bunch of tools, but I will make a Falk's blade mold. Those are annoying to craft on the anvil. Yeah, I won't do like the shovel or the axe mold this time. We're good. I can make those easily on the anvil once we have it. Okay, so Falk's blade, hammer, pickaxe, and prospecting pick. Now, we need to make a watering can for the crops. Maybe 8, what do you call them? 8 crock pots for food preservation and long-term storage in the cellar. And then 20 ingot molds. There we go. And now we got to do the ingot molds along with the crock pots. I'll do the crocks first. There we go. And 4 more. Hello, Rain Check. Good morning, buddy. I hope you're well rested. How are you doing? All right, there we go. We have the 8 crock pots. Now we just got to do all of the ingot molds that we'll need. And maybe some flower pots. 4 of them. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14. 15, 16. 17, 18. 19, 20. I might do 24 just because they stack up to 8, so we'll have 3 full stacks of ingot molds. Okay, there we go. Eyes are puffy and your throat hurts, eh? It's that fucking strep throat, I'd imagine. I don't know if we'll have enough clay to finish everything that we're doing right now, but we can certainly get more. I've marked some all over the island. Well, true enough, rain check. Never took you for a glass half full guy, but I'm happy to hear that it's manageable, you know? Alright, we're all out of clay, so I will have to go get more. I didn't really find any red clay near here, though. It was all kind of further away. I'm hoping I could locate some around here, but I might not be able to. That's clay right there, I'm pretty sure. We'll mark it, and maybe that's where I'll go to get it. Okay, because the rest of the clay around the map is kind of far. Further than that, anyway. So let's get going. Still have food. Have everything I need to make more tools. I'm gonna make some spears for hunting. All right, we've instigated. Well, no, we haven't. It's not coming at us yet. I mean, ideally, it just won't come at us. But wow, everywhere but the target. Okay, it's coming. We will have to fight it. Hopefully it doesn't fucking kill us. Caribous are dangerous. But I need this large hide. Okay, we got it. That large hide is going to help us to make our bellows. The other one I can use to make a new pair of pants or something. Yeah. Okay. So we have to go around this lake, and there's going to be more clay for us to collect on the other side. Let's go ahead and make another shovel now, because we know we're going to need one. Well, here's the clay that we saw on the map and marked. I don't need very much right now. We're pretty much almost done with all of our clay forming for the early game. So maybe I'll get like 2 stacks and call it a day. Alright, see you in a little bit, rain check. Alright, that should be enough clay for now. Let's head back home. Okay, now I can make a better jacket. One that's not totally torn up. Okay, where's our spear, huh? Right here. Let's check whatever vessels we can find around these ruins. See what we can get. Food vessel, rice grain, I'll just eat it. I don't know, we could store it. I just don't think I'm cooking much out of it. Okay. We would need one more in order to make like a tunic. Okay, there we go. Now I can make a better tunic. There we go. Rawhide wrap. The rawhide wrap is pretty expensive. I don't even think I'm gonna make it. Okay. Let's head back home. We got the clay that we need to finish making our products, and we'll go from there. Our charcoal is still in production over there, coming along nicely enough. We got 7 hours left on that. Son of a bitch. Okay, we got it before it took off. That spear is just somewhere in the water. I don't really think I'm gonna locate it. Oh, here it is. Okay, let's grab it then. All right, so let's grab the fat that we have right here. I'm gonna treat some of these hides. I'm just gonna delete that rice grain, honestly. Store the meat right here. All right, I would say 12 pelts is more than enough for now. Let's deposit the rest of these hides in here. And I have to oil one of these large hides. All right. This large hide will just store. I don't really need to do anything with it right now. Deposit the bones, the lumps of rendered fat. And let's finish our clay products. All right, let's select the most immediately relevant clay products and move them over to the clay working area. Our clay storage vessels will be done soon. All right. And I could benefit from having some armor equipped. Let's heal up. Really wish we could have found some bees. That would have been goated. Oh, god damn. We just got a whole bunch of gifteds. Mary, thank you very much. I'll always bring good belches for you, I promise. Everybody who received those, if you're present, then welcome back to the pack. It's wonderful to have you guys. And Mary, thank you so much for that. During times like this, it really reminds you that you're cared for, you know? So thank you very much. And I want you to know I care for you too. God bless you. Okay. There's another boar over there. Maybe I should try to hunt that. All right, let's make that armor that we need. That's not it. Okay, hang on. I'll grab more firewood. All right, there we go. We have some rudimentary armor equipped now. Plenty of firewood left. Let's deposit the dry grass and the coils of rope. I will continue to harvest more dry grass because we will need it for prepping our clay products for completion. I'm going to do a calculation on how much of everything we're going to need, and I'm going to gather it now ahead of time. All right, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I need 200 dry grass and 160 sticks. Let's eat. Hello, Patriel. I'm doing pretty damn good. Pretty good. Thank you very much. Can you get a dog in this game? Not yet, but I'd imagine that's definitely on the laundry list of intended features for the devs. There might be a mod to get a pet, but I've never looked into it. There's a lot of mods for this game, a very active modding community, completely transforming the game from the ground up several times over. Okay, let's make a new knife. You didn't miss too much, buddy. We're prepping a lot of our clay products now. Yeah, getting everything we're gonna need to fire them and get ready for the transition into the early mid-game from the early game, you know what I mean? How long have I been playing Vintage Story in general? I think I started playing it about 1.5 years ago, buddy. Maybe longer ago than that. I really have no idea, but I've been playing it for a while. All right, we need 20 more dry grass. Which we already have, so anything now is just an extra padded supply for like future armor changes. I started really going hard on Vintage Story though about 1 year ago. I played it maybe 1 year before that, but I never fully got into it. What's the longest I've ever gone playing it? I got to Steel, actually, and I completed a bunch of the quests. I ended up dying at the Devastation quest. So very far. Yeah, very far. It was my longest series. If you look back at the playlist for Vintage Story that I have, I think it was like a 13 episode series spanning over like 80 hours. It was very long. We got very far and accomplished quite a lot. We had goats, bees, farms. I did a whole bunch of chiseling on the house. We made cream blocks, like cream bricks to build the house with. We had a boathouse made. We went really hard on that playthrough. All right. Now we need to get some more sticks. I need 160 sticks in total. I have 100, so we have to grab 60. Let's deposit. I guess I'll keep that on me for now. Grab those. And those. And every crock pot. Okay, it looks like our storage vessels are now done. need 28 peat in order to get all of this producing. All right, there we go. All right. Now let's get all of this preparing. We can take these clay storage vessels home and we'll have a lot more space to work with from that point forward. One of them has to be used for the cellar, but the others can be used for just regular base storage. What's my favorite coffee? Yours is whatever's on sale. Gotta say, I kind of agree. You got obsessed with Vintage Story about a month ago. So many wonderings about the game, and you have it. Yeah, please, buddy. Yeah, I'd love to have you share in the adventures that we've gone on. We've gotten quite far. I love this game, and I'm going to be playing it a lot more into the future. So if my content can help you to learn it, it would be my privilege, buddy. I would be really glad to help you get a better grasp on the game and soak up all you can about it. Hell yeah. You're among friends if you like Vintage Story. Okay. There we go. This is my personal chest. I will carry it on my back. I need 8 peat, and then we already have the sticks and the dry grass. Yeah, I can do 2 more batches, so we'll just prepare 2 more in advance. Gotta make sure I don't get fucking like attacked by the caribou. If it gets territorial, it would fuck me up in 2 hits and that'd be it. It'd be all she wrote for the playthrough pretty much. Okay, there we go. Let's eat. I have 1.4 servings left to finish. There is more forest up there. I mean, theoretically, I could try to see if I can locate bees. I need to grab more sticks in the woods anyway. We'll try. We'll try. It's worth potentially finding bees, you know? Do some beekeeping. The sun sets on another day, the 6th of May. If we're extremely lucky, then, you know, we'll end up finding bees in this forest. It would be a real morale booster, you know, just to know that we had found them, but we are not likely to. Do bees generate in any altitude? I don't really think that they are altitude dependent, so pretty much anywhere in the right environment I could find them, even if it's really high up. Oh fuck, I put my torch out. Oh, you gotta be kidding. Okay, I'm just gonna swim around and see if I can find like an easier way to get up there. Doesn't look like it though. It looks like a really hard to navigate forest. I need to make a fire starter and get my torch lit again. I'm gonna turn off the music. Turn up the ambient sound level. Hopefully we'll find some bees around here. I doubt it though, we're pretty high up. And the annual temperature at this height would not be conducive to bees. However, there is more forest up here, so you never know. Oh, God. Okay. That's a wolf right there. Look before you leap. Okay. I'm glad the terrain has not been overly difficult to navigate, despite the difficulties that have been there. All right, take care for now, Mary. We'll see you in a little bit, okay? Thank you very much again. Can you make a crossbow? Not yet, buddy. What is the last storage thing that you can let you wear? Like the leather backpack is the last one you saw. The leather backpack is usually where I end up in the end game. Yeah. But there's apparently a sturdy leather backpack that's even better, but I've never gotten far enough to make sturdy leather before. Yeah, so far no bees. And we're not likely to find them anywhere around here. Alright, well, our Hail Mary for bees did not pay off. It is what it is. Let's eat. I have done a decent job of getting more sticks for our clay working tasks. This is a perilous trip home because I might end up accidentally putting my torch out if I don't watch my step. I do have the fire starter still, but... All right. I at least got 3 resin on the trip. Oof. Tricky terrain. Alright. I gotta be so fucking scared here. I might die if I get chased by like a wolf or something, right? So... Okay, we have our first temporal storm approaching. It's a light one. I really have no good reason to be this high up, but I have to get home. All right. Well, there's my clay firing area over there. Because of the ice, I have to be very careful about my descent. And I can't touch the water, otherwise my torch will go out. Okay. So far, half decent descent. No damage. Careful. Ow. Okay, we're down. Yeah, it's a shame we couldn't find any bees. I wanted to. I really wanted to, but we just didn't end up getting lucky enough to find them in the woods here. Copper in shirt. We have surface copper in there, 2 batches apparently in the woods. Rotate the torches. What about fruit trees? Never seen anyone get to it. You can find fruit trees out in the world. They're typically a very bright green color on the leaves compared to other trees, and you have to cut off a piece of the tree and get a cutting of it. Yeah. Oh, my character is a class that I made, actually. It's a mod. It's called the Orphan, and it has the highest health and movement speed of every other class, but it has a worse hunger rate, worse melee damage, and worse range damage. A very well-balanced class. All right, let's organize our loot here. Start using these as the containers for everything. Put the blocks in here. There we go. So all of these are empty. We can use them as extended storage. We're doing pretty good right now. Let's store all of our fire fuel. In here. Okay. Yeah, we're kind of good. Let's make a couple of oil lamps. I could use those as light sources now. We crafted these so I could do it. And that'll allow me to have a persistent light source in here that I don't have to constantly replace. I think I'm gonna be safe from enemy spawns in here throughout the temporal storm. I don't think I need to like hide out or anything. Let's go see if we can grab our charcoal now. Yeah, we can. It's all done. Okay. I will need another shovel. I can't gather all of it on the durability of this one, so let's craft one. Yeah, buddy, that's the cellar. The hay blocks are really good because you can break them really fast with your bare hands. You don't need any tools to get it up to collect them. And because it counts as a dirt block, the hay blocks, they insulate the space for a good cellar. Yeah, it's a walk-in cellar, I like to call it. Most people bury their cellar underground, but I like being able to walk right into it, you know? I like your hunger for knowledge. I dig it. I dig the vibe. No problem, buddy. Yeah, Vintage Story is my favorite game of all time, so anytime I get a chance to talk about it or share what I know about it, help somebody get better at it, it makes me pretty happy, dude. Okay, we have just under 100 charcoal. There we go. Yeah, got it. The overall plan is to get ready for making metal tools. Yeah, so we made a bunch of molds that we can pour molten metal into. Pickaxe mold, hammer mold, prospecting pick mold. And yeah, and we made this charcoal. We're gonna need that to smelt the metals that we're getting. It really all comes down to getting our metal operation set up. It's the main name of the game right now. All right. That copper's a little too far to go get right now, I think. I mean, we have the storm approaching. Let's finish this. I need to grab another cooking pot of meat stew now that this one is empty and eaten. Nice. I could cook another batch. So I will. Let's grab 9 peat. That's how much it's gonna take to cook 6 servings of this. And let's get it cooking. I'm gonna start heading toward that surface copper now that I have more food. And I'll make another spear in case there's anything I want to hunt on the way. Oh, blood trail? Yeah, buddy. Yeah. There's so many mods in the game. So many. I love it. Alright, let's turn our music back on now. Since I'm not hunting for bees, we may as well have a little bit of tunes, but we do have the temporal storm starting very shortly. That is something to be constantly aware of. I will need to take shelter during that storm to protect myself from the monsters outside. We have a mod called Weather the Storm, which makes it so that if you light up an indoor space enough, then you won't get any spawns inside your house or wherever you happen to be. What's my favorite aspect about the game? What part? I really like mechanical power. I like building a windmill. I like, because it involves several different mechanics, right? You need farming to get the flax. You use the flax to make the sails. You need to blacksmith in order to get the chisel, hammer, and saw to build the windmill. And then the end of it is you get like this badass mechanical power setup that automates a bunch of stuff for you. So I would say the windmill is my favorite part of the game. And I like how every different mechanic kind of leads into it and helps you get there, right? This is a very interesting hill right here. It's kind of hollowed out. It'd be a cool place to base up, really. I'm gonna have to pan to get some copper, but I should theoretically be able to bypass a lot of the panning requirements by collecting copper bits from the surface deposits that we found. It'll help out. Encase yourself in 1 block. Yeah. You have to make sure that you place things around you though. Like for example, if you put 6 sticks like this, you make a tool rack to hang on the wall. That tool rack stops monsters from spawning on the tile you're in. I think it might be possible for monsters to spawn at the tile that you're presently occupying, so you gotta kind of go the extra mile and do that in order to make sure they can't spawn where you're standing. I'm gonna turn our music volume down again. You know, I might get lucky. I might find a beehive. I highly doubt it, but stranger things have happened. That's a fruit tree right there. You see? You can see how the leaves are much brighter green. This is a pink apple tree. If I wanted to, I could get a cutting from that tree and plant it near base, and it could potentially, if it doesn't fail, grow into its own fruit tree. I would love to find bees. It just feels good to find bees, you know? Makes you feel like you're winning. Okay, here's our first surface copper vein right here. Everywhere I take the bits, I have to place blocks down, because those bits actually show you where the rocks are underground, so... Okay, we got 20 copper bits. That's enough for a tool. That's like our pickaxe right there. That's great. Yeah, saved some work with that one. This one's smaller, yielding far less bits. But it's still there. Okay. We're gonna have to take shelter from that storm in about an in-game hour. And I'm still just kind of running around hoping to find bees. I mean, it's a big forested area. We might get lucky and find a beehive here. I just, you know, I kind of doubt it. Anyway, 40 minutes and we have to take cover from the storm. I'll make a tool rack. I might not need one, actually. I think if I do my lantern and the torch, that's enough. Let's eat. All right, that storm is now imminent. It's coming. Ready or not. Flax seeds. Okay, put a torch right there, put my oil lamp right there, and I should be safe from the storm in here with just those measures right there. Okay, that storm is beginning. We're gonna have to just wait out the storm. It's a light storm, but bees, are they an alternative for the fat? You can get wax from bees, which is probably the most important part because it allows you to produce candles, and you can use candles to make lanterns, the best light source in the game. On top of that, you can use the wax that they give you to seal crock pots as an alternative to fat. Yes, it allows you to save fat because fat's very important because you can use it to build your windmill. So the more fat you can save by having bees, the better, right? Oh, you know what? Animals will respawn over time. Yes, they will. So if you go to a place that has like 5 boars and you kill all 5 boars, they'll be back there after like a few in-game weeks or something. Yeah. Do I think it's worth the fruit? Typically not. No, it takes too long. The startup time is too long in order to start getting the fruit from the trees. Anyway, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go have a smoke while we try to wait out this storm. Hopefully nothing fuckity happens. You can capture animals as well, but it's really hard to capture animals. I usually just pay a price to spawn them in. Like I'll delete a few bronze ingots or something and then spawn myself in a baby male and a baby female goat, and then they'll grow up, and then I can breed them and start milking the female so I get some dairy nutrition. I don't know if you know this, Pitrail, but every one of these nutrition bars gives you 2.5 HP. So the higher your nutrition, the more health you have, the higher your max health, right? So dairy down here, it's very hard to get dairy, but if you can milk a goat and get some dairy and fill this up, that's another 2.5 HP that you'll have access to. This straw hat is pretty useful too. You might see it says protection from rain, 85%. When it rains on you, the rain makes you wet and makes you cold, and at first it makes your hunger drain faster, but long enough, if you stay cold long enough, you'll actually start taking health damage. But if you just make one of these straw hats with 6 dry grass, then it'll keep you dry if you get caught in the rain. Anyway, we'll try to search the woods around here and see if I can find any bees. It's not likely, but I'm hoping we'll get lucky. Hell yeah, buddy. Maybe you could write these down, eh? You got like a... are you on your desktop? Maybe you could make a text document and write down some of the tips for your own adventures. If we find bees, then I'll be very happy with the day. Very happy. I'll be relatively happy if we don't. Alright, the temporal storm is going to be over any second. We also have a Discord server, Petrail. If you want to join it, you could ask us questions anytime. Yeah. If you want to join our Discord server and you have Discord, then there's an invite link on my channel's homepage. If you go to the posts tab on my channel, then there's an invite link there. I have to wait until there's no more monsters around. If I can hear them, it's not safe to go out. Some of the creatures that spawn can actually kill me in one hit, so we have to wait until it's really quiet. I don't know if it's the dangerous ones or not. That's why I don't want to leave right now. It could be risky to go. Yeah, there's still a dangerous one right there. I gotta wait. Might be okay now. Yeah, it seems like we're in the clear. Use third-person camera as well. There's like a third-person camera button. You can go to your controls and you can remap it to whatever you want. It's this one, first, third-person, or overhead camera. I set it to my middle mouse because sometimes you want to be able to see more of what's around you, so you can go to third-person, right? You can even zoom out in third-person and increase your field of view, making it so you have more awareness of what's around you. Okay. Hey, there's copper here. That's awesome. Found more surface copper. Okay, very nice. Well, I marked another surface copper vein, and that's a win. That's totally a win. I'm still kind of holding out hope that I might get lucky and find bees at some point, you know? Hey! Surface copper. Man, we found a lot of surface copper in this playthrough. Look at that. I'm now at 32 nuggets out of the required 40 to get started with mining. It's a lot less panning to do. Guys, we found bees. We found them. Oh my god. Let's try not to die and waste the fortune. Finding bees is very nice on our home island. They're right here. All right, let's mark them. We found bees, guys. We found them. We found bees. That's huge. That's a major win for the playthrough. Major win indeed. Now, I'm cool with heading home. We found a whole bunch of copper. We don't need to pan that much to get started on our metalworking. We're good, buddy. We're good. I'm gonna bring more horsetail home. We need this for bandages. Hello, old fart. Hello, buddy. We're doing well enough. As well as we could hope. Yeah, how are you doing, my brother? My brother in Christ? Man, we found bees. God is good. Okay. All right, we got an entire stack of horsetail to bring home. We'll just grab whatever sticks we can find on the way, but major win finding those bees. That's great. I'm really happy to hear that, old fart. Makes me glad to know. Hell yeah, buddy. Okay, let's turn on the music. Hell yeah. We probably found the only beehive on the island. I'm gonna mark that great oak tree over here. Beautiful. We'll cut that down later. Home is far, but I'm happy with the result of the day. So let's begin the gradual trek home. There is another way to get candles, for those of you who don't know. If you can't find bees, then you can dig up bony soil at various ruins that you find in the world. And the bony soil, if you pan it, then you can find candles in it. It's not too common, but if you get enough bony soil, it's pretty reliable. I'm gonna mark that great oak. Oh, I already did. Okay, good. This is peat soil. Let's mark that. I gotta eat. All right. We have a lot of medium soil for building our garden back at home, so no need to sweat the collection of that right now. Okay. Hey, welcome home, sweetie. I just found bees. I have 32 copper nuggets from the surface veins. We found like 4 of them.
Oh, I'm so glad to see that you're still alive.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. And things are going as well as we could hope. We had a really rocky start, really difficult to find things, but
okay,
it came together.
Good. We brought Toby and Maya with us.
Yeah, how was that? Did they like it?
We met my sister and her whole family at the battle.
Yeah.
There was it's basically like a whole medieval fair. There's the people that are participating in it are wearing full costumes, and they have lore accurate tents and equipment and everything. It's very pretty. It's still there tomorrow. I was thinking maybe we could stop there tomorrow before we go to Relive together.
Well, we'll see. You know, I want to get back here and start gaming right away.
Look, I know better. Like, I totally know because I got like 10 minutes of historian today, but it's honestly really beautiful. It's worth seeing.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Let me decide tomorrow when we're doing the groceries together.
Yeah, well, although we have to go before the groceries, obviously we're not going to lug everything over there and then
I know.
It's just a
Just be prepared. I may not want to go, you know. And it's more vintage story time for you anyhow. The weekend goes by fast.
anyways, so it may as well be a pleasant experience rather than just
Yeah. Old Fart says hello. She says hello back, buddy. I said Old Fart says hello.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Have I ever dabbled into chiseling? Yes, I have. Chiseling is one of my favorite mechanics in the game. It's really cool. I even have a mod called QP's Chisel Mod that improves and expands upon chiseling. Alright, let's get home. I'm gonna want to set up a panning shelter and get the last of the copper nuggets that we're gonna need. Okay. This, we must have left the render distance of the stew so it didn't finish, but that's kind of a good thing. Yeah. Alright. I can now make my bear armor, which is good. There we go. We'll make it in a moment, once I've had a chance to deposit everything. I need to plant these 2 oak trees near the base. Alright, so we're gonna need bones and rope. We need to make black bear hide boots. There we go. And a black bear hide helmet. Beautiful. Okay, we're fully armored now, all over our body. That's gonna help us to stay alive. All right, let's get panning. I need 1 piece of wood. So I'm not looking for a very big tree. In fact, just 1 log would do for me to make a pan. Can I find a small tree, or should I just cut down like a big one? This'll do. Hell yeah.
Tom,
What's up?
just when you're done streaming and you're ready to kind of like have dinner and settle down, come get me. I'll be next door.
Okay.
Okay.
It looks like our clay products are done. Let's grab them. Our torches still have 28 hours left on them. Okay, these crock pots are going to help us to preserve and stockpile food. And I need to use this log to make a wooden pan for panning. We only need 8 copper nuggets, so we're pretty well ahead of the game there. Okay. There we go. We have 8 crock pots for food preservation. Very nice. And 8 ingot molds with more on the way when we choose to fire them. Can you grow vines? No, but they're all over the place. You can grab them, and like this, you can place them on walls if you want decorations of vines. Yeah, vines only occur on naturally generated trees, not the ones that players can grow, I think. All right, let's start panning. We only need 8 nuggets. I don't have that much sand. We might have to go get more, but that's okay. I usually prefer to have like a shelter for panning to make sure I can't be attacked. But I have a lot of spears made, so we could defend ourselves if we had to. I hear a wolf out there. I don't like that. I might move. Let's go over here, I guess. Welcome, Evo. It's good to see you, buddy. Welcome. I'm gonna need to make a pickaxe and a hammer. We have a lot of copper that we can just grab out in the world, so... I got a copper. We need 7 more. Six more. Oh, Subnautica 2 is very fun. It is. I'm excited for the new content that they'll make. Hello, gamer fam. Welcome, sister. How are you? Five more copper nuggets. Good. It is a low chance, yeah. It's like 6% or something like that. You need 40 to 60 copper nuggets, depending on what you've found. So if you found some surface copper veins and you know where the copper is right away, then all you really need is a pickaxe and a hammer. One to mine it, the other to break it and get the nuggets out after you've mined it. But if you haven't found any surface copper, you're gonna have to pan for 60 nuggets. And then you're gonna have to make a pickaxe, a hammer, and a prospecting pick. The prospecting pick is gonna help you to find more copper to mine. But I don't have to worry about the prospecting pick right now, so I only need to craft 2 tools since I know where there's plenty of copper around the map. Always keep an eye out for those little copper rocks on the ground, always. Not only does it make it so you have to pan less, because you get a whole bunch of nuggets up front, but then you know where to go to get more copper. Make sure you mark it on the map. And then you'll only need a hammer and a pickaxe instead of needing a 3rd tool in the prospecting pick. I definitely think that over time, the base building will get far more streamlined. Yeah, like it'll get more intuitive and stuff. Everyone here has been sick for the last 4 days. The kids, it's always the kids. Harbingers of disease and pestilence they are. I hope you can recover soon, gamer fam. You and yours, right? We only need 3 more copper nuggets. 2 more copper nuggets. And then we'll start making our metal tools pretty much right away. Old fart, I don't know if I told you this, but I have to keep my streams less than 4 hours now, eh? The predators could be dangerous enough. They don't have hardcore difficulty yet, right? So as long as hardcore difficulty increases the damage of the fauna that's already there, I think it'll be great. Yeah. However, those creatures in the abyss, at the very edge of the map, they're horrifyingly deadly. Like, that creature put my entire vehicle in its mouth and then clamped down on me with my vehicle. Like, I wasn't expecting that. That was pretty hardcore. Okay, guys, we have our 40 copper nuggets, so we're gonna make our starter copper tools here. I'm just getting rid of this last piece of sand. We got 8 nuggets out of like 11 pieces of sand, so that was pretty fortunate. One more for the road, I guess. You know what? I could probably take this all back in one go. I'm just going to delete the arrowheads. We don't need those. Withdraw these. And the chert stone I also don't need. We'll delete that. All right. Let's go. I'm happy to say we're done with our panning. We're gonna immediately get to work on making our copper tools. Put the crucible down. Put those in there. We'll create 200 units of copper. We need to put the hammer mold and the pickaxe mold on the ground. And then we have to melt this down. Preheat with peat to save on charcoal. Okay. Let's eat. We need that piece of charcoal put in there. There we go. And I'm gonna have to craft some tongs. So we just need a piece of rope. There we go. Okay, after we pour that, I'm gonna take these over to the clay working area and we'll try to get them started. 16, so 8. I definitely have enough resources with the exception of peat. I will need more peat. 8 times 4, so not much more, but I will need more. There's more down there by the trader. I'll go grab up some from there. We already have enough peat for all the clay working. I'm just gonna grab a little bit extra for cooking and whatnot. Oh, it doesn't make a difference. I just did it for the look of it. Yeah, It smelts at the same speed whether you put it all in the first slot or divide it up in all 4 slots. Oh, old fart. Yeah, I'll show you. It's easier to just show you, but if you look here, we'll use my 8-hour State of Decay 2 episode as sort of an example. It's a really good example. So if you look here, all of my ad slots after 4 hours are red. And it's because YouTube is no longer allowing live streams longer than 8 hours to have ads past the 4-hour mark. There was no memo posted for creators. There was no, it's not a policy change. It's just something the platform did under everybody's nose. Which is honestly really shady. I feel like, why wouldn't they just tell people if they were going to do something like that? But all right, that's enough peat soil for now. Let's get back to base. And let's pour our molten metal. I'd imagine it's done now. Okay, we have the hammer and the pickaxe all done. Beautiful. Let's make a little tool rack for the wall here. Okay. Deposit the fuel for the fire. We have sticks, we have dry grass. I just need a stack of peat, and we can start firing the rest of these ingot molds, which I currently already have in my inventory. So let's go do that while the copper tools are cooling down. Okay. That wolf is kind of close. Okay, after I light these up, all of the ingot molds will be in production. They are still collecting the revenue from the streams, yeah, and they're probably adding ads after the 4-hour mark, but just not giving me a cut. I would be very curious to know if one of those streams where ads are not working past the 4-hour mark for me, if there's still an ad on the video. Very curious indeed, right? Okay, we lit all of them, so all of our ingot molds are now coming in hot. Let's go back and check on the copper tools, which are probably done by now. I'm gonna swap out these torches before they burn out. Once these hides are done, I'll be able to make my improved bags for 4 more inventory slots. Okay, hardened copper. We have the pickaxe, and we have the hammer. Let's leave the hammer here where it's going to be needed. Deposit the dry grass, move this over here. I still have some food. So we're gonna go over here where I found copper earlier. And with this copper, I'll be able to make a prospecting pick and try to find cassiterite so we can make some bronze. But that unfortunately might be all the copper there even is there. which is crazy. Like, I don't think I've ever found one rock somewhere before, but... it's actually insane. One rock. Yeah, it's literally one rock of copper. All right, well, let's assume that's probably all there is. But we'll go pay a visit to these veins down here and grab up everything within them. We have 4 surface copper veins. Holy shit, dude. I'm actually gonna call it here. I'm gonna call the episode here, and tomorrow we'll do all that gathering and get it going. I do wish I was able to get at least a little bit more, but okay. Grab that. As much as I'd like to keep playing, it is getting late, and I should get ready to get cozy with Zuzi, you know? All right. So we have our pickaxe already. Everything is good. It is the 8th of May, first thing in the morning. We're making good time. Very good time. Well, you stick around here, Patriel, and we'll make sure that you make it straight to the end game, buddy. Hell yeah. Maybe one day you'll even be playing Permadeath like me, doing it in style, eh? I will tell her hello, gamer fam. Thank you. You have a good night as well. And everybody else, thank you very much for chilling today. We're just going to keep doing these 4-hour episodes in perpetuity so that, you know, YouTube can't rob me of everything. And I'll see you guys when I see you, okay? So until then, take care, rock on, and peace out. Have a good night and a wonderful sleep, or a great rest of your day, depending on the hemisphere you call home. And I'll see you guys in the next episode for the continuity of this, frankly, pretty awesome adventure so far. Pretty awesome adventure. No problem, Patriel. Here's to many more, brother. All right, goodbye, everybody. Take care for now. And hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow in episode 3 and beyond. Later. Thank you, old fart. Thank you, buddy. We'll see you later, buddy. Wow, I said buddy like 3 times. I meant to say brother that last time. Anyway, see you later, everyone.